Alright, so Black Cat in matches where she can fail abilities is just quite an insane champion because she can just pause her bleeds indefinitely, and yeah, the result is just a massive damage output, right? And like Black Cat is just notorious for that. She is one of the best champions in like fights where she can fail abilities, and like yeah, like that's why she is so strong, right? Because she has that one very strong use. However, in matchups where she can't fail abilities, it becomes like a pretty different story because like her damage output is still strong, but you like lose out on a lot of damage for sure. So like let's see an example of like her in matches where she just cannot fail any abilities, right? For example, right here we have Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier has no like abilities to fail and like no nodes as well, so yeah, there's just nothing here for Black Cat to take advantage of, right? So yeah, the fight will be much slower than usual for sure. But there is a new relic. I don't even know if it's new, but it feels new to me. It is the Black Widow relic, and this just solves like that problem with Black Cat, where like if there isn't abilities to fail, she just isn't like as impressive. And yeah, like the result is just so good, man. She saves like what 34 seconds on her fight time, which is just, you know, pretty dang solid for a 5-star champion. And like yeah, like the fight so far is going pretty decently. Like we are doing a lot of damage for sure because Black Cat at base has some pretty strong damage output, right? But the bleeds, they just stay there for a very like small amount of time because you can't fail them, you can't pause them or anything, and like that kind of does suck, right? But with the new relic, that just gets solved completely because the striker effect is just so strong. But like yeah, right here, this fight is still going on. It's like a pretty, it's not too long, like it's 2 minutes 34 seconds, which isn't bad for a 5-star champion for sure. Like there is much worse times out there, but you can notice a difference like with the relic and without it, right? So like right here we can just go back in, and yeah, he's finally down, right? So that was about 2 minutes and 34 seconds. And now let's see with the relic active, and this is where things start to change for sure. So the relic's abilities aren't too shabby. Whenever you like fail an ability, you get a precision, right? And you can also pause your sabotages, right? But that's for a different champion for a different video. But the big one here is whenever you drop your striker, you inflict a beeper debuff, right? And this has a 100% chance to do nothing, and if that fails, it beeps. And Black Cat, whenever she fails an ability, she pauses her debuffs and passives for like 1.8 seconds, which is just really good, right? So yeah, that just allows her to do some crazy things with the beeper debuff, because you can just pause your bleeds and just have a massive like you know, a massive duration increase on them, right? So like yeah, that's why the relic is so good for her, because she can just stack up all those bleeds, and then watch this, we go in, we have a ton of bleeds now, we drop the relic, and then look at this. We can fail the ability of the beeper, which then pauses our bleeds for a good amount of time, by the way. And like that just adds a lot of damage output for Black Cat. And yeah, like this is just a really strong relic because it lets Black Cat just maintain that one ability that makes it really good, right? And here we can drop another bleed. This one won't get paused though, but it is what it is. We can just pause the next one. But like yeah, like that cycle did a ton of damage output, right? And he's like almost down already, which is just so crazy, man, because this is a 5-star champion. And like usually she performs like solid here, but not as solid. But here she's doing much better now. So we can go back in and just keep, you know, like dropping those heavy attacks, building up the combo, building up the cruelties, and then we just go back in, drop the SP2, and then just like pause the bleeds again, right? So like yeah, Black Cat with this relic is just so crazy good. Black Widow Deadly Origin is also crazy with it, but that's for a different video. But like watch this, we go back in, we can just drop the SP2, then we can just pause it with the relic, and then yeah, we're just chilling, right? So here we drop the relic, we go back in, and now we can just ability fail, just pause the bleeds for a good amount of time, and yeah, she just destroys that fight, right? And that was about 2 minutes flat, which is very solid for a 5-star character, and that was about 34 seconds like faster than what she does without the relic, which is like what, a 20% decrease. Very solid there. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on this relic. I feel like it is a very strong relic overall, and yeah, I honestly want to rank 5 Black Cat as a 6-star champion, so knowing this relic exists now, I am way more tempted to do it now. Like, I am so much more tempted to do it, but I don't know just yet, right? And yeah, that's about it for me.